Tuesday.
What's that?
I said we should have seen it Tuesday.
All right, guys, have at it.
Shay, start off.
Hey, Coach, I asked you the other day about
Shay, you want to go first?
some keys, and you talked about defensive rebounding, ball screen, and playing with pace. Looking back at it now, what did you think about how the way you guys played tonight?
I thought the first half we played lights out great. Connecticut, they got it to what, 7 at halftime. I bet you they scored 15 points with under 5 seconds on the shot clock in the first half. I mean, we guarded them. And then, of course, Newton was unbelievable. He was the best player in the game. And second half, we were terrible the first 10 minutes, and they were great. And then, the lid kind of came off, and we had a couple of good things happen. But it was a good basketball game. I don't know what Danny said or anything like that, but I would think that he thought his team got better by being here tonight, even though probably not happy with the outcome. And I think we got better, and I would probably say that regardless of the outcome. Now, there's some things we can obviously tighten up there at the end, but it was a great night. It was the most fitting way a game can end, with KJ making the last 2 free throws, right before he goes home tomorrow. Going home here any minute, and to say his last goodbye. So just a great night all around.
And the crowd, especially everyone was elected. Did you get a sense of what did you think of the atmosphere?
I thought it was pretty good. There's probably some places out there that can rival that. I don't know if there's anybody out there that can rival it over 40 minutes like that. It's as good a place as there is, and this team hasn't yet, but hopefully this will be a good starting point to learn how to have confidence by being in the building. And there's 16,000 people that got here early that made sure they played their role to make sure we had a successful night. So yeah, it was fantastic.
Bill, I think you guys limited Clingan to 8 points as a whole. How was Dickinson's defense overall, and just the defense on him as a team?
Well, I don't think that they played a lot to Clingan. Statistically, they do such a good job with ball screen and he and Johnson running to the rim and creating angles and stuff like that. We didn't give them a lot in that. But when Clingan got it within 3 feet, he scored. I mean, he's so big. But I thought Hunt did an admirable job on him, but I also thought he did an admirable job on Hunt, too. He kept him away from the basket. You got a big guy that plays behind and pushes out, and he's 7'2". It makes a big difference. So I thought both big guys actually played pretty well, considering the other guy played him pretty tough.
Bill,
Hey, CJ.
what did you think of your guys' ability to switch away from the ball, or on the ball, off the ball, and just how they execute?
I think that I don't see how you guard them if you don't switch. Guard. There's so many handoffs, short passes, quick ball screens, quick fades. There's so many things that is done 1 through 4 that I think it would be really hard to stay connected in a deal like that. I thought it was the best that we've done this year, but they still got some easy baskets, and we still had some bad plays and gave up a couple of layups or whatever. The biggest thing that we couldn't do when they ran that down screen into a quick ball screen, we couldn't keep it on one side of the floor. And whenever they got middle, that's when they hurt us. If we were able to keep it on one side of the floor, I thought we defended them pretty well. But when Newton was able to go where he wanted to, I think that was the best offense they had tonight.
And to follow up on that, Dan talked about how disruptive KJ was because there's not many guys like him. You got 3 guys who can switch a lot, but usually not a 4th guy like that. What did you think of his? I mean, he really seemed like he was turned up on that.
Oh, he was turned up. He was playing for a lot more than Kansas tonight. But I thought KJ was great. Made his free throws for the most part. 6 of 9 is like Rick Mount back in the day at Purdue for KJ. So because I think he was only 4 for 16 coming into the game. So Yeah, he was great, but the thing about KJ defensively, he's so strong, he's hard to screen. You know, and if you do screen him, he's gonna run through it, and we don't have anybody else that really has that physical capability to do that, but, yeah, he was a problem tonight.
Bill, how big are these games? How good are they just for the health of the sport of college basketball? It's obviously a huge football weekend, but this was an event, the last two national champs. How much does it help the sport? And how much do these games help both teams for March? I mean, they're gonna go out and play Carolina Tuesday, then they're playing Gonzaga in a couple weeks. How does that prepare you for the tournament?
Well, I think it prepares you for the tournament, but more importantly, it prepares you for your league.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've always thought. Your non-conference was your preparation for your league, and your league was your preparation for your tournament, NCAA tournament. So yeah, I think it's a great game. It's a hard game. You know, you look at we've been playing for 3 weeks now. We've already played Kentucky, Connecticut, Tennessee, and Marquette. I mean, that's a lot out of 8 games or whatever we played. And then we get Missouri this week and then Indiana the following week. So I think that you will not find out much about your team unless you play games like this. Now, granted, you don't have to play top 5 matchups to learn about your team, but I think my personal opinion is this is what our sport needs, because in a time where we're getting dominated by what's going on with football, and rightfully so, this is the only way that you can bring attention to our sport.
Coach back here, just overall, just your thoughts on just Coach Hurley, the program that he's built at UConn, and just for them to be able to come in, kind of withstand that early rush and kind of play their way back in the game.
Well, first of all, that doesn't surprise me. Basketball is a game of runs, and you don't win a national championship in the manner in which they did. We won a national championship the year before, and we're down 15 in games. They win it, and nobody even got to single figures against them. So he's done a remarkable job. He's a terrific coach. They're sound. They play together. They seem like they like each other. They're tough, and they play without Castle. That'll be a team that can win a national championship again. And yeah, Danny's done it. Danny and his staff, they've all done a great job in a relatively short amount of time to put them in a position where I think year in and year out they're going to be a preseason top 5 to 10 team.
Marco had that turnover at the end of the game and then responded by getting the deflection.
Yeah, that was probably the worst offensive player of the year and the best defensive player of the year, because he went from a help position to end up knocking it off of Ten's legs. So yeah, that was a fabulous play. But the pass, hopefully the people in the third row had their hands up, because it could have been a problem if they didn't.
And then your other freshman, Johnny, 2 threes tonight.
Yeah, I thought Johnny did well. I thought they both did well. That's a big moment. We didn't play our bench. Jamari didn't play, and Nick didn't play much. But when the building is juiced like that, and I know guys got tired, and it'd be better off if guys played 34, 33 as opposed to 37. But that was a game that I don't think the crowd was going to let us get tired, and guys can play longer minutes. I don't know if you guys have noticed, do timeouts seem twice as long this year? I mean, so I got to do a better job with timeouts and keeping guys sitting over there, because those are some, guys aren't going to get near as tired if you get a 2-minute timeout every 4 minutes.
What do you think of the defense on UConn's last 3-point shot?
I didn't think it was. I got to watch it, but they got a shot off. We were fortunate. Got a shot off and we're up 2. That's a last thing that you would want is for Spencer to get a look, because that puts you in a position where they could win the game, at least make them play inside the arc. But those are situations that to Adam's point, teams need to learn and grow through those type of situations, because if you don't play close games, you don't really learn that.
And is KJ going home right now, and are you guys going tomorrow?
Yeah, the team's not going. We have all our families are in town. So it's really not fair to the families, everybody to fly in and say, well, your son's not going to be here when you're here. But the staff is all leaving in the morning, and KJ and his family's going down there I think they're probably leaving around 11:30 or so.
Coach, Kevin was huge down the stretches with the 3-pointers. What do you think of his clutchness?
Yeah, he was great. You know, I thought, I told him in the timeout, you're getting torched. And he said, getting torched? I said, yeah, you're getting torched. Which he wasn't, but he had just given up a layup on a back cut. But those were big shots, you know. He hadn't shot the ball well of late, but to go 3 of 4 and then make those 2 down the stretch. You know, it seems like to me when UConn shot threes, they were semi-guarded. I mean, we were at least close enough to foul them twice, you know, which is bonehead play. When we miss threes, it seems like there's nobody around. And of course, Kevin got that one at the top of the key. He was probably 15 foot open, and then we ran a little pin-in play for him, and he knocked that down right out of the timeout.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, guys, thanks.
Thank you.